The secret revealed. Unlock the hidden power within you. What if the life you're living right now is not the limit, but only a shadow of what you once believed about yourself? What if every change you've been waiting for, your health, your wealth, your happiness, was never outside of you, but quietly resting in your own hands? And what if the secret key, the very force to unlock this hidden power, has been whispered across centuries, disguised in symbols, parables, and timeless wisdom, waiting only for you to remember? Take a breath. Let these questions linger in your heart for a moment, because this is not just another idea. It's not about wishful thinking or chasing empty promises. This is an awakening. Somewhere deep inside, you've always felt that quiet tug that tells you life was meant for more. That intuition is no accident. It is the doorway, and the moment you pause long enough to ask, is this really all there is? You are already standing at the threshold. Beyond that door lies the secret. Not something newly invented, not a clever trick or modern trend, but a truth rediscovered, a truth echoed in philosophy, science, and spiritual teachings across history. A truth that reveals one simple yet profound law. You attract what you think about. Your thoughts shape your reality. Your beliefs create your world. You are not just a passive witness to life, you are its creator. And now, the time has come to reclaim that power. So, as we step together into this journey, open your heart, quiet your mind, and prepare to see yourself and your life in a way you may have never seen before. This is the beginning. This is the moment the hidden power within you awakens. Chapter 1. The hidden force behind your life. There comes a moment in every life, a quiet pause between the noise of routine and the weight of responsibilities, when we find ourselves asking a question that shakes us to the core. Is this really all there is? That question is not weakness. It is the first sign of awakening. It is the gentle knock of truth at the door of your heart. And what lies beyond that door is the secret. The secret is not a modern invention. It is not the property of self-help books or motivational speeches, or even ancient texts alone. It is a rediscovery, a timeless principle hidden in plain sight. A truth so simple that most overlook it, yet it holds the power to reshape everything. That truth is this: like attracts like. Your thoughts are magnets. Whatever you focus on, whether joy or sorrow, abundance or lack, love or fear, will be reflected back to you in the life you experience. Don't think about it. Every thought you entertain is like a seed. Your emotions water those seeds, and your beliefs decide which of them will grow. If fear dominates your inner world, you'll meet more situations that confirm your fear. If doubt echoes in your mind, life will show you reasons to believe it. But if gratitude, vision, and trust fill your thoughts, then doors will open where once you saw only walls. This is the hidden force behind your life, the law of attraction. Whether you believe in it or not, whether you pay attention or ignore it, it is always at work. Most people drift through life unaware, assuming they are victims of chance, at the mercy of luck, or trapped by circumstances. But pause, look closely, and you'll see. Your outer world is nothing more than a mirror of your inner world. The relationships you nurture, the career you pursue, the health you experience, even the balance in your bank account. Each of these reflects the dominant thoughts and emotions you've carried with you, consciously or unconsciously. If you focus only on what's missing, you invite more emptiness. If you expect sickness, you'll notice symptoms everywhere. If you convince yourself you're never enough, the world will echo that belief back to you. But here is the miracle. Change your thoughts, and your life begins to shift. This is not about pretending that pain doesn't exist. It is not about ignoring the challenges of reality. It is about becoming aware, finally aware, of the power you've been carrying all along. So I ask you now, what are the seeds you've been planting in the garden of your mind? Are they seeds of fear, or seeds of hope, seeds of doubt, or seeds of possibility? Because the truth is, whether you realize it or not, you have always been the gardener. And the moment you recognize this hidden force shaping your life is the moment you reclaim your power to create something new. Chapter 2. The mirror of your mind. Look at your life for a moment, not just on the surface, but deeply, honestly. Every relationship you hold, Every success or struggle in your career, the state of your health, even the balance in your bank account. One is a mirror, and what does that mirror reflect? It reflects your most dominant thoughts. This is a truth that is difficult for many to accept because it is far easier to believe that life happens to us, that luck chooses some and abandons others, that circumstances dictate destiny. But the secret turns this belief upside down. It reveals that life is not random, not chaotic, not without meaning. Instead, life reflects back to you what you consistently hold in your inner world. If you dwell on what's missing, life shows you more lack. If you constantly worry about getting sick, your body responds to that fear. If you repeat the words, "I'll never be enough," you'll find proof everywhere you turn. The world you see is not an accident. It is a projection of what you have been thinking, feeling, and believing whether consciously or unconsciously. Now, pause here. This realization can feel heavy at first because it confronts us with the truth that we may have been shaping our own struggles without even knowing it. But do not let that discourage you. Instead, let it empower you, because if your thoughts created the reality you are living now, then new thoughts can create a new reality. Awareness is the first step. Without awareness, you move through life in the dark, stumbling, wondering why the same patterns repeat. But the moment you begin to notice what you focus on most, that is the moment you step into the light. So ask yourself, are your thoughts helping you grow or keeping you stuck? Do they lift you toward possibility or anchor you in limitation? Every time you catch yourself in a loop of negativity, every time you notice that voice of doubt whispering again, you are being given a choice. Stay asleep or wake up. Awareness does not mean you will never feel fear again. It does not mean sadness or doubt will vanish overnight. What it means is that you will no longer let those emotions define you. You will see them for what they are: temporary clouds passing across the sky of your mind and beyond the clouds. The sky is always clear. That is the power of awareness. That is the mirror of your mind. When you recognize that what you see outside is born from what you hold inside, you stop blaming the world and you begin to reclaim your power. And that power, once awakened, leads us to an even deeper truth, one that echoes across the centuries, whispered by sages, philosophers, and visionaries throughout time. Chapter 3. Echoes from History. The secret you are discovering now is not new. It has been whispered across generations, hidden in plain sight, waiting for open hearts to recognize it. Long before modern science, long before motivational speakers or best-selling books, the great civilizations knew this truth. The Egyptians carved it into their symbols. The Greeks, through the voices of Plato and Socrates, hinted at it in their philosophy. Across cultures and faiths, the same principle appears again and again, expressed in different words, yet pointing to the same power. Jesus said, "Ask, and you shall receive." Buddha taught, all that we are is the result of what we have thought. From the East to the West, across centuries and languages, the message has remained the same. Our thoughts shape our world, even in the age of science. This truth has not disappeared. It has only been rediscovered in new forms. Albert Einstein, the great mind of physics, once suggested that imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, spoke of the unseen forces within the mind, shaping the outer world. Think about it. Every great inventor, every leader, every artist who achieved what once seemed impossible had one thing in common. Before the world believed in them, they believed in themselves. Before anyone else could see it, they saw it within. They held a vision so clearly, so deeply, that reality itself began to bend around it. Look closely at their stories, the pioneers of flight, the revolutionaries of art, the dreamers of change. Beneath every achievement lies the same invisible thread. Belief. Belief that it could be done. Belief that it was already theirs. Belief so strong that obstacles became stepping stones, and failures became lessons that pushed them forward. And here lies the truth. They were not chosen by fate. They did not possess gifts unavailable to you. They simply used the secret some, knowingly. Others, instinctively, they imagined possibilities others could not. They refused to be limited by what was. Instead, they chose to focus on what could be, and the universe responded. Now, here's the part most people miss. You are no different. The Same law that shaped their destinies is shaping yours. The same power that raised up prophets, thinkers, and dreamers is flowing through your own mind this very moment. History does not whisper this truth to worship the past. It whispers to remind you that what has always been true is still true today. You, too, hold the key. You, too, are a creator. And whether you realize it or not, you are already using the secret. Chapter 4. You are already using the secret. Here is the truth that changes everything. You are already using the secret, right now. Every day, the law of attraction is not something you switch on when you decide to. It is not like a lamp you can flick on and off. It is always working whether you believe in it or not, whether you pay attention or not. Every thought you think sends out a frequency, a signal that ripples outward, and the universe, in its mysterious way, responds to that signal. Think of it like this. When you complain, you tune yourself to the frequency of complaint. More reasons to complain find their way to you. When you expect the worst, you prepare the stage for it to enter your life. But when you focus on what excites you, on what you love, on what fills you with gratitude, you magnetize more of it to come. You see, there is no neutral. Every thought, every emotion, every belief is creative energy. And the question is not, am I using the secret, but rather, am I using it consciously or unconsciously? Most people drift through life unconsciously. They repeat the same complaints, carry the same doubts, entertain the same fears, and then wonder why their lives never change. But the truth is, life is simply reflecting back what they keep broadcasting. And so, this is your wake-up call. You are not helpless. You are not at the mercy of random fate. You are powerful beyond measure. But with that power comes responsibility. Responsibility for the energy you bring into every room. Responsibility for the thoughts you nurture in your mind. Responsibility for the words you speak over your own life. This is not about perfection. It is not about forcing yourself to never feel sadness, anger, or fear. Those emotions are part of being human. But it is about noticing. It is about choosing, because every moment is a choice to continue unconsciously creating from old patterns, or to consciously create from new possibilities. So ask yourself now, if my thoughts are always shaping my reality, what kind of future am I building today? If the universe is always listening, what message am I sending out right now? The secret is not waiting to begin. It has already begun. The question is whether you will wake up to it, whether you will step into the role of conscious creator, or remain asleep in the patterns of the past. And once you realize this, the next step becomes clear. Learning how to use this power with intention. Chapter 5. The first steps to reclaiming power. Realizing that your thoughts create your reality is the awakening. But awakening alone is not enough. The question becomes, how do you begin? The answer is simpler than most people expect. You don't need to master every technique overnight. You don't need to eliminate every negative thought. You only need to begin with one thing. Think a better thought. The choice to guide your energy gently, moment by moment. Choosing better thoughts, this does not mean pretending that pain isn't real. It does not mean denying sadness, anger, or fear. Those emotions are part of being human. But it does mean refusing to stay trapped in them. Instead of circling endlessly around the problem, shift your attention to the possibility of a solution. When doubt whispers, you can't answer. Back with, what if I can? One new thought may seem small, but small shifts create new directions. And even the tiniest shift in direction over time leads you to an entirely new destination. The power of visualization here is a practice you can try when you wake up tomorrow. Not with tension, but lightly, joyfully. Imagine what it would feel like to walk through that day with clarity and ease. Let yourself see it in your mind's eye. Let yourself feel it in your body. The moment you rehearse the future with joy instead of worry, you begin aligning with it. Gratitude, the gentle magnet. But for the smallest details, the breath in your lungs, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the smile of a stranger. Gratitude is not a passive emotion. It is a force, a magnet that pulls more reasons to be grateful into your life. And the more you practice it, the more naturally your focus will shift from what's missing to what's already abundant. The art of choosing again. You will get off track. Everyone does. There will be moments when fear rises, when frustration overwhelms you, when negative thoughts spiral. But the true power lies not in perfection, it lies in choosing again. In that moment, simply pause, take a breath, and whisper to yourself, "This thought is not helping. What else could I choose instead?" That simple act of awareness, of choosing again, without judgment, is not about never falling. The journey is about learning how to rise again and again with greater clarity, greater strength, and greater trust in your own inner power. And when you begin to live this way, even in small steps, something miraculous happens. You start to feel a shift. Possibilities appear where there were once only problems. This is how you reclaim your power, not in giant leaps, but in gentle, consistent choices, moment by moment, day by day. Chapter 6. The Heart of Creation. Thoughts are powerful, but thoughts alone are not enough. You can repeat an affirmation 100 times, but if it feels hollow inside, nothing changes. You can write down your goals every day, but if you approach them with doubt or desperation, the energy you send out is resistance, not attraction. So what is the missing ingredient? Emotion. Emotion is the spark. It is the fuel that turns thought into creation. Why emotion matters. Imagine planting a seed in dry soil and never watering it. Will it grow? No matter how much potential the seed carries, without water, it remains dormant. Your thoughts are those seeds. Your emotions are the water, and the quality of your emotions determines what will bloom in your life. Fear waters weeds. Gratitude waters abundance. Love waters connection. Joy waters opportunity. This is the heart of creation. A thought infused with feeling becomes a magnet. The power of belief. Here is the secret. You don't need to believe 100% at the beginning. You only need to believe enough to feel it when you say, "I am becoming healthier." Don't force yourself to believe it instantly. Instead, lean into the feeling of what it would be like if that were true. Imagine the strength in your body, the ease in your breath, the lightness in your step. The moment you feel it, even for a second, you have aligned yourself with that. Reality. Living as the future you. Stop waiting for happiness to arrive someday. Stop saying, "I'll be fulfilled when I get this job, when I find this partner, when I reach this goal." That mindset keeps you chasing. It tells the universe that fulfillment is always in the future, never in the now. Instead, begin living as the version of you who already has it. Walk like them, speak like them, think like them, feel like them. Let your imagination rehearse it. Let your body relax into it. Let your heart open to it. Because when you align your thoughts and emotions with the future you desire, you are no longer wishing. You are creating from fantasy to creation. This is not fantasy. Fantasy is wishing without belief, imagining without alignment. Creation is different. Creation is seeing it, feeling it, becoming it until reality has no choice but to catch up. So the question is no longer, can I? The real question is, am I willing to feel it now? Because once you do, the universe begins rearranging itself in ways you cannot yet imagine. And this leads us to the pivotal moment in your journey. The turning point where you stop seeing yourself as a passive participant, and you step fully into the role of conscious creator. Chapter 7. Your turning point. If you have ever felt like life was against you, if you have ever looked at someone else's success and whispered, "Why not me?" If you have been waiting for a sign to begin again, this is it. This is your turning point. From victim to creator. For too long, many of us have lived as though we are victims of chance, helpless against circumstance, powerless against the tide of fate. But the truth is this: you were never powerless. You were simply unaware of the power you already had. Life is not happening to you. It is happening through you. And the moment you recognize that truth, you reclaim authorship of your story. The pen in your hand, imagine your life as a book. For years, maybe decades, it has felt as though someone else was writing it for you. Society, upbringing, fear, circumstance. But now, the pen is back in your hand. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are simply at a turning page. From this moment forward, you get to decide what words will fill the next chapter. Will it be a story of doubt or of courage? A story of limitation or of possibility? A story of survival or of creation? The choice is yours. Acting from belief, not fear. Understand this, stepping into your power does not mean fear disappears. Fear will whisper. Doubt will linger. Challenges will still appear, but your response will change. Instead of reacting from fear, you will begin responding from belief. Instead of shrinking back, you will take a step forward. Instead of waiting for permission, you will create your own path. That shift from fear to belief, from reaction to creation, is the true turning point of your life. This is the invitation to stop surviving and start creating. To stop asking, why me? And start declaring, why not me? To stop waiting for a sign and realize the sign has already arrived, because the greatest truth of the secret is this: you are the author of your life. And today, you pick up the pen again. This is the threshold moment where the old story fades and a new one begins. And as you take this step, you are not walking into the unknown. You are walking into the life you were always meant to create. Finally, the universe is listening. And so, here we are at the end of this journey, yet also at the beginning of something new. You have discovered the secret, not as a theory, not as wishful thinking, but as a living truth that has been shaping your life all along. The question is no longer whether it works. The question is, how will you choose to use it? Not wishful thinking, but conscious creation. Understand this: the secret is not about ignoring reality, nor is it about sitting back and waiting for miracles to fall into your lap. It is about conscious creation. It is about becoming aware of your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, and choosing them deliberately. It is about aligning with the highest version of yourself and allowing life to rise and meet you there, taking back your power. So take a deep breath, feel the air, fill your lungs. That breath is life flowing through you. You live as a creator. You reclaim the pen, you reclaim the brush, you reclaim the power that was always yours. When no one else is around, it feels the emotions you carry in silence. It responds not to what you pretend, but to what you truly believe. So, speak what you desire. Think as though it is already yours. Feel the reality of it now, in this very moment, and then act as if you believe it with every step you take. Because when thought, feeling, and action align, powerless, you are not behind. You are a creator. You are the author of your life. And today, you begin again with clarity, with courage, with purpose. So go, write the story you were born to live, speak the life you long to experience. And remember always, the universe is listening. Thank you for spending this moment with Awaken Light Audio. If something today touched your heart or opened your mind, don't keep it to yourself. Share your thoughts in the comments. What spoke to you most? Tell us about your journey, your questions, your breakthroughs, and let us know what you'd love to hear next. Subscribe to stay connected. And if this message could uplift someone you care about, send it their way, because light grows when it's shared. Until next time, stay present, stay awakened, and keep becoming who you're meant to be.